MacGowan, you stop singing. Arn stops singing. The unseen chorus over the hill stops singing. Dawn filters through as you are at the edge of this marsh, and everybody is staring at you too. Halfdan and Hawa are petrified, looking at their captain. What do you do?
I think that MacGowan waits a moment to see if there's any cue to take from Arn, as he is on thin ice already.
Simultaneously, you and Arn stagger to your knees before catching yourselves. All you hear is the stream burbling at your feet and the wind sighing over the hill, and MacGowan, the ringing in your chest. You don't feel great. Take 2d8 acid damage and reduce your maximum hit points by that amount.
That reduces my maximum from 55 to 47. You love to see it.
Oh, no.
And Halfdan and Hawa are at Arn's side, who pushes them off with a meaty hand and
Yeah, he does.
cracks his neck and stands up, slightly shakily, which is a horrifying thing to think about.
We could kill him and take
Does
his
anybody
boat.
go try to help MacGowan up? I guess I'll go over there and just stand over there and pat his little back.
Hey, thank you.
Jøra would like to make a perception check based on the voices they heard over the hill. Just making sure. They're like, he'll be fine. I don't want things to eat me and us.
You're on the alert for something approaching.
With a 17, that's 19.
As you pace back and forth across this stream, pantherously,
My man!
you can see that, I'm just going to tell you like the basic surroundings from what you can see. There is this hill.
Yeah.
You are at the bottom of this hill in this sheltered cove that Arn and I assume Jøra have staked out, making camp. MacGowan as well, probably with his adventuring years. That is somewhat sheltered from not only elements, it is somewhat raised and dry from the marsh itself and covered by trees. And from here you can see the baldness of this hill that rises up out of the marsh. It's just sort of covered in grass, and the sunlight is...
The Dawn Chorus! No!
The sunlight is dappling this beautiful hill, and you can see the structure, whatever it is, white marble in the rising sun. From there, you cannot hear any more of these voices, and you cannot see their origin.
I think she's just on alert.
Can I mind link to MacGowan really quick?
Absolutely.
Hello. I don't want to alarm you, but you cough and then you fall. Do you think you have plant or no? Do you need to vomit?
I think I have plant. I think Arn does too.
Oh, okay. I won't. Should I say something or no?
I think we can leave it be for a moment. We should just focus on getting the plant out.
Okay. If I have to punch you though, I am sorry.
I understand.
Okay.
That's all. Turn it off.
Are we sort of waiting for Arn to get to his feet and reestablish command? I think that's what the atmosphere that I'm picking up is.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think he eventually does, and you can see that he's sort of biting back bile as he stands and refuses any hands from Hawa and Halfdan, who are now in action, but no less terrified to see their captain in this state. And I think he says, break camp. And you go about setting what small things were unrolled, what camp rolls, what small shielded fire there was, and the camp is broken.
Hey, Captain.
He impassively stands and nods.
With buildings over there, shall we see if there's anyone who might be able to help with our condition?
I think he nods again and is about to speak something when he
Oh, God.
fights back a wretch that only you see, MacGowan. And there is just a look of something in his eyes. He is not, as you have seen him before, this sort of sailor captain.
Yeah. I think that this morning MacGowan looks older than he does most of the time.
And I think as the camp is broken, Arn signals and without saying anything, without waiting for assent, begins to cross the stream.
Can I move up there with him?
I think everybody does, sort of proceeding in almost like a flying diamond. Like everybody is on high alert. And though Halfdan is injured, he is swinging a sling in his hand. His injured arm resting in its sling. What is the name of this unnamed crewmate that has come with? And yes,
I
that's
said
right.
Stuart, and you guys said that was not Conan enough.
Stuart.
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 I like Stuart.
Okay, Joe says he likes it. We're doing it.
I like
Stuart.
I think Stuart isn't from around here, as
Stuart?
many of the crew from Arn's boat is.
I'm sorry.
All right,
forgot
that's
about
one thing about him.
Sorry.
I think he's only slightly. I'll kill you. I think he's only marginally older than Arn.
Okay.
But he is battle scarred.
Okay.
He, I think, is
A young boy?
I think he's around 17 or so.
I must collect him.
And I
Hey,
think
Add him to your boy squad.
wait.
I think he has
Tribe.
a whole bunch of thin white cuts up his left and right hands that denote a swordsman. Scars, I mean, not cuts.
Yep.
Stuart, what'd you do to your
When you said he's
like this.
when you said he's like the same age, kind of, we were talking about the kid.
As Aaron?
Aaron.
Aaron.
Okay, got
He
it.
is also, now that I think about it, Najma's age.
Okay, cool.
All right. Oh, no.
I'm just kidding.
I also just want
Kind
to
of.
remind you that you were interested in finding a time to look at the bag, but
Oh yes,
Yeah.
can I do that really quick
absolutely.
while we're walking? Yeah, like I can kind of hang back and just peek.
Yeah, I'd
Absolutely.
imagine that we are probably toward the back of the diamond.
That's right. The only person near you is this Stuart.
Stuart. It's Stuart.
Stuart.
I said Stu.
Nah, no more Irish
Stuart.
people.
Stuart.
Stuart.
Brooke said Stuart. We're going
Yeah.
with Stuart.
I'm
Stuart.
Because I'm a girl, I can't make good names.
You're fucking
Because I have a
canceled.
vagina and a cervix, I can't make good names.
The one of the only things that I've established. One of the.
Jonah,
I will never cancel you, Andrew. Boys Club.
as your partner, I'm allowed to do that.
Andrew
Get out.
self-immolating.
Just kidding, I love you.
like a monk.
I'm mad at
I'll
you
just
because
set
I'm
myself
picturing
on
us
fire.
walking to it's Shia LaBeouf, and it's really pissing me off.
Well, we haven't seen the Dawn chorus yet. It might be.
The whole time he's
Shia
like,
surprise!
he crosses the stream. I was like, it's Shia LaBeouf, and that's all I can think about now as we're walking.
I'm really
It's
sorry.
in time to Shia LaBeouf.
Stuart. He's slightly German.
Ooh.
Ooh,
But not very.
Stuart.
So the one thing I've kind of established about Arn's crew is that they're from all the fuck over.
Okay, great.
So Stuart is
He's from Germany.
Is from fantasy Germany.
Just Germany.
Yeah. So let's say okay. So he's got swordsman hands. Give me another physical characteristic of Stuart.
He's got a lot of freckles.
Freckles. Yeah, Stuart has freckles. I think he has very close cropped hair.
Yeah.
And he has those scarred fingies.
Sticky fingers.
He
Strikes out with the sticky
Naughty by
fingers.
nature. Sticky fingered Stuart.
Stuart's naughty by nature.
Talk about crossing the streams.
Oh
Goodness
my
gracious.
god.
And you proceed normally.
And naturally?
And naturally.
I look into the bag.
So you're in the back with MacGowan, and Halfdan, Arn, and Jøra are up near the point in this sort of shifting diamond as they're watching all angles. And as you begin the process of having crossed the stream, you check Chell's bag. It is a simple black leather bag. You've seen Chell rummage in it millions of times. You remember that whenever she was writing in her little notebook that she would plop it back into her bag or fish it back out, something like that. It's one of those sort of things you just kind of see old people cart all their stuff in. And you open it up, and this bag has an interior space considerably larger than what it looks like from the outside. You see this gray light. You see this stone floor. You are looking into, from the perspective of this tiny little aperture of the bag, a room that is absolutely stuffed with little black notebooks.
Oh.
Exactly like the kind that Chell would write in. If she heard a snatch of a song, if she heard a snippet of a lore or legend that your father would recite as an actor, if she saw a piece of cloth that your grandmother had woven, something like that, she would diagram it, she would write it, and she would put it into her bag. This bag, this room with this gray light, this sort of gray stone floor is filled with these books, and a strange set of simple black clothes folded, sitting on the ground with a little silver sigil. There's writing utensils. You can see a simple dagger on a case, a small case of chalks and pigment, and a small case with the name Ishtar on it, and just hundreds upon hundreds of these battered black notebooks. Just a staggering number of notebooks. This is what you see as you step over the stream, and MacGowan, I think, requires just an arm to hop over past one. Not to put that in your old man body or whatever.
Oh, no. Well, I was about to say, if we're crossing the stream or whatever, if this water looks like the other water, he still doesn't trust this shit. He's probably just, since they are in the back specifically, he's just like raising a little bit of mud up from the bottom to just walk over.
And as you do, you notice that it is a startlingly clear stream. The stream itself is very clear. There's no algae or anything, and it actually bubbles energetically as you pass. And this is what you see, Najma, as you are just in the background taking a cursory look into Chel's bag. Jøra, at the front, you are with Arn alone for a second as the other people, Halfdan and Hawa, are crossing that second stream as you walk up the hill. You have just a brief moment alone.
Is he going to say anything to her?
No.
Cool. She's going to say something to him.
And you walk... Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I did not expect that.
No, you're good.
I was going to keep on rolling.
That was me being like, is Joe setting up to say something?
No.
Cool. Got it. I think she's going to just like pull up a little bit closer to him and out of earshot of the other two. She's just going to say, look strong, Captain. You still have to journey to the end of the world. And she's just going to like pass him. Like just like take point.
Yeah. There is a momentary tightening of his jaw out of the corner of your eye, and then a relaxation, and he says, "Thank you." And you take point.
Dope.
You take point. Above you, the temple, or whatever it is, sits on a bare hilltop, surrounded by this gushing, burbling stream that forks, and as you have to cross both forks, you see that it is this clear-running, beautiful, burbling stream. Down the slope of the hill runs to the east, where the sun rises, brilliant and bold, freed from the murky tangles of the swamp behind you. It shines, saint-like, over a breathtaking view. As you mount the hill, you see a massive field of wheat that stretches into the distance. I don't know why I was trying to improv a description when I'd written one.
I was loving it.
Why don't you have that realization and just go, oh yeah.
Cut that. It's right here.
It's down there.
Golden stalks of wheat like dancers, a shifting kaleidoscope in the dawn light. In the field, close by, at the foot of this rolling hill that you're standing astride, there are structures poking through the crops. Tents, it looks like. Maybe a building. And something strange. A wooden pole cleanly rises above this sea of wheat. Jøra, you have point. Where do you go?
So the goal was to head towards this?
Yes.
The structure?
It was to do any number of things. Find
Gotcha.
help,
I
find
think-
rations.
Right, but I think she's going to probably take her cues off Arn.
Mm-hmm.
Still, just like
Yeah,
she's going to be between him and
Whatever
a
is-
first thing.
absolutely.
She's playing bodyguard right now. So if that's where he's interested in the party going, if that's what he was originally going towards, I think that's what she'll move towards.
Yeah, I also think it's closest, so he doesn't want to put something at his back that he doesn't know what it is.
Correct. That's that good Nord ideology right there, my man. Is this outer bar a like wall?
This is the
Or is it-
circling stream around
No,
this
I meant
hilltop.
this guy.
Ah,
Is that like a stone wall that's around the structure?
as you approach, the earth on this bare hilltop is bare for a reason. You pass from this grassy hill, this grassy knoll, JFK, sorry. And you
Pat?
and you see what? What does Pat have to do with JFK?
You know.
Enough.
You know.
The CIA killed him. Anyway, you fuck me. We've crossed the streams.
Joe,
We have literally
Andrew.
crossed the streams. No, it's bare for a reason. Because as you walk and you see like this sort of barrier line here on the hill, it's been excavated. It's a bare patch of earth with tools, shovels, spades, and even strange implements that look like spears which jut from boxy metal handles. All abandoned on the ground, some of them placed next to work tables, some of them just scattered in the dirt. The structure itself in the center of this excavated patch is a brilliant white marble cube, unstained. though pieces of the structure's roof have apparently fallen in or fallen onto the ground. And all around, standing on twisting greenery, moss, lichen, roots, and vines, are the singers. They're people. They stand,
Yeah.
hand in hand, eyes closed, and faces upturned to the sun.
Yeah, that's why I put that bag next to you, buddy.
It's almost like you know my whole shties.
No. It was just when you said hundreds of voices, I was like, he's
Cool.
going to just want blank fodder.
Isn't it weird how
He's going to want cobalt.
I noticed this about myself?
Your brand?
I constantly go towards mobs. There's always mobs.
How many coyotes?
How many coyotes? I think the only thing terrifying to me, really, about people is a lot of them.
Fitting.
Joe, I'm so happy we know you.
I agree.
Life would be so weird if you were still in Maryland.
It would be weird. I was thinking about that the other day because I was there for about 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
And it was weird.
Quarantining with the folks. It was nice, but it was weird.
Yeah.
That's how I feel anytime I go home now. I'm like, oh, what if I lived here?
You're
What
like,
if I'd
"Ooh,
moved back?
it'd be weird.
Jøra,
Yeah.
this is what you see from outside the excavated patch on the top of this hill.
Mm-hmm.
They are silent, but you can presume that this was the chorus of voices that you heard. They stand silently, hand in hand.
Do they look like just miners, or do they look like a dude that we found in shop?
From here, without even going farther, you can see the vast variety of people that are here. There are people in their normal swamp garb, like the thing in the shop. There are what look like miners, people in sort of work clothes. They're very varied. And as you look, you can even see that there are humans and dwarves and people in multiple fashions and garbs, and from many climes from here. There's Carcassons, and you even see a tall Nosian. There are people in bedclothes, or day clothes, or tradesmen's garb. Fishermen with hooks hanging from their belts stand hand in hand with drifters and trappers. And though there are not many of them, you can see what look like uniformed soldiers. For they must be soldiers, though not from any state you recognize. Black-garbed figures with a silver insignia on their chest. They stand like the rest, blissful, faces upturned, standing snaked over with creeping vines down by their feet. They are multitudinous, this crowd. They enfold the structure with their several presence, spiraling and congregating like flowers around the dig site, forming 4 distinct crowds to the north, south, east, and west of the structure.
She is just going to hold up a hand for everybody to, not be dumb. Just a universal, don't keep walking, because they don't seem to be
Agitated?
agitated.
Certainly
Yeah.
not.
Are they repeating phrases, or are they all singing?
Silent.
They're all completely silent.
Faces upturned toward the sun.
Oh, fun. Fun on the bun. Okay. And this entirety of this space is coated with green vines?
On the ground, yes.
Yeah. Do they look like they're coming from a central location, or like central people?
Yes, give me a perception check.
Shots in the dark. Here we go. Bap. 19 plus 2, so it's 21.
Very good. I think that you can see that the crowds themselves are centered around something, some low structure to the north, south, east, and west of this main structure. It's weird. The marble of this central building is brilliant white. It has not been stained, although it has crumbled in several locations. Though, despite being brilliant white, it is snaked over with vines.
Okay, so it is covered in the vines.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So we've got dirt all around, and it looks like the regular excavated dirt where all of the singers are,
Yes.
where the chorus is. And then in the very, very middle is the big marble structure. How tall is it again, dimensionally?
It is not very tall.
Okay.
It is maybe a little more than 1 story.
Mm-hmm.
This gleaming white marble.
And then this area around it, inside this larger square, is it a different sort of dirt, or what is...
I'm sorry, what are you pointing at?
So, like, there's big...
Oh, no, this is the whole
grass.
structure.
Oh, the whole
This is
structure.
that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so the
it's
whole
not a
structure is like the
structure.
25 by 25.
Yeah, it's 5 squares by 5 squares.
Okay. Can we see whatever that little square is there in the middle? That square of fun from where we're at, or is
So
that
that is a
spire?
small parapet, just a small little on the top of this white structure. Not like a thing that somebody could go into, more of an ornament.
Gotcha. I wonder if this whole thing is perhaps some sort of tower which goes down into the earth.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, I think that MacGowan is very curious about what this is, and if he and Arn want to be not totally boned, I think that he feels the need to go check out whatever this thing is. So I think he'll look over, and check in with the others of,
Well, shall we take a look?
I will say right off the bat, Halfdan and Hawa are making that fucking, like, warding off the evil, what's the word, gesture. They are not happy about this.
they're making the gesture at that thing?
Yes.
Or okay.
Yeah.
I'm just so used to
No,
it being
at
at
you.
me.
And then when you
100%
say
at
that, I think Hawa has like a look of like, what the fuck are you talking about? But won't say anything.
I gestured to the captain who was singing like I was. And it's like, well, what the hell else are we supposed to do? Just fucking die?
I think the captain is.
Fucking guy.
I think the captain is surveying. He's not made a decision. He is looking at as much of this as he can take in. I think he specifically is staring at the vines that snake around everybody's feet. All the singers' feets. Mm-hmm. Feetsies. Little feeties.
Do the clumps of vine connect the groups of singers, or are they all self-contained with their vines, as we can see?
It is a mess. It is not like big cords linking one to the other, but it is more like a patch of green and lichen and moss that all of them sort of stand upon.
Okay. Just look to Jøra and Najma.
Thoughts?
I'm very sneaky. Do you want me to try to sneak down and look around?
You think you could get through all those vines on the ground?
Oh, I am very acrobatically inclined.
All right.
Big lady, are you okay with that?
You do whatever you wish. I'm going to start moving around the perimeter and just trying to inspect if there are other ways to get to the center. I don't even know that that's the objective here, but I think she just wants more of a lay of the land than one point of view.
Absolutely.
Or
I
at
think
least us flanking as a group.
however you want to move, you may. As I have completely revealed, this
Is what it
section of the map
is. Yeah,
is what you see.
For sure.
Arn picks up a rock and throws it. It doesn't hit anybody, but it lands right next to on the vines of one of these clusters. And nothing happens. And I think he sort of nods to himself and begins to look in the direction of the wheat field and the other structures. Would you like to sneak in, Najma?
I guess so. 25.
Where would you like to go? I know this is a huge table we have right now.
Just towards the middle, I guess. That's where you're wanting me to go look, right? Towards the middle?
The structure?
Okay, yeah, towards the structure. While trying not to step on anything.
You still have Mind Link with, with
Oh, yeah.
MacGowan, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I go. I say in my brain.
As she gets further away from us, I will, through the mind link, tell you, here's some protection. And I will use my stone aegis on her.
What is that?
A dim gray aura of earth magic protecting you. So any bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage you take is reduced a bit. If something hits you with a melee attack, I can get there quickly.
Oh, great.
You feel this, what is it, like a gray, you said a gray light?
Yeah, I think that it's much in the same way that as I, did the haste and everything before, how it sort of like moves through the earth and then up to and around, earthy ward around her.
And Najma, you expertly pick your way down into this excavation site with Jøra looking on from whatever vantage she may please. I think Halfdan sort of huffs, but at a look from Arn, he is content to watch as begin these investigations.
Okay.
As you creep down, you notice the similarity of the vines that you had to deal with the thing in the village. And as a part of your movement, step over the biggest patches, instead opting to step from patch of earth to patch of earth. And you do so very, very well. As you approach, you can learn a little bit more about these figures. They are wearing similar garb to the garb that was in the bag that Chell gave you.
Shut up.
The black-suited figures are as varied as the rest of these waking sleepers. Though there are less than 10 or so in your immediate area, they may hail from at least as many climes. There are pale-skinned humans, a dwarf with thick brown braided hair, figures with pointed ears like the hill people of Lalia, but their skin is a silvery blue. The only visible similarities that tie these people together are their simple black garb with that silver insignia on the front, which now, you see, is that of a crescent moon. That is a similarity, as well as their neat appearance, for even in this drifting dreamlike slumber, as they stand with their faces upturned to the sun, they have the crisp lines and posture of trained soldiers. Would you like to approach the structure itself?
Yes. Can I look at their faces one more time before I go closer?
Sure.
So they're just looking up, but their eyes are closed?
Yeah.
And they're just up.
There is a real expression of serenity.
Okay.
Serenity on their faces.
Okay.
Photosynthesis.
Or giving over to the hive mind.
Can I just
Which
try to
works on
see if I know anything
photosynthesis.
else about that sigil?
Absolutely. I would say that is a history check.
Also, as a side note, as she is picking her way through here, I am making sure that I'm staying as much to the perimeter as I can, but certainly within 60 feet of her. Additionally, I have put up my stone's durability.
Stone sorcerer ability, stone's durability.
Stone to build stones. There's a bunch of stones.
So 60
Rock
feet's going to be a little
boy.
difficult without getting too close. I think you are at the edge of where the vines creep through.
Cool.
13.
13 history. Chell has a lot of friends, and some of the friends that you have seen her hang out with and talk to and maybe grab a drink with on the ports of Xeris would wear these uniforms. This is from way back in your youth. Maybe
okay.
8 years ago.
Okay.
Because I believe you said that Chell had been with your family, traveling with the caravan, doing her thing, being a little, witchy lady for as long as you'd been alive.
Okay, yeah. Okay, then yes, I will go towards the structure.
You can see from this vantage as you get closer that there is a ornate entryway, a passage into this structure. And you carefully pick your way through. Jøra and MacGowan, is there anything you would like to do as you see Najma dip into what seems like the side of the structure itself?
I think that he will just keep on checking in with her mentally, just sort of, if anything happens, let us know. We'll come.
Okay, I am inside.
Oh, wait, so if I go out of 60 feet, I can't talk to you anymore. Right?
Which is
that
why
what that means?
Yeah, I
So
think
you're staying close.
I
Got
think
it.
you're keeping as close as possible.
Right.
And now you can actually see her very slightly through a crack in the wall, but not anything distinct.
Okay.
But I think she breaks the 60-foot perimeter, as does for your teleportation, because without you going further into and actually stepping in and among the vines, which you are free to do if you like.
Gotcha.
Jøra, as you circle, is there anything you would like to accomplish?
Well, I'm a barbarian, so I'm just going to ready myself for anything to happen.
Absolutely. Where would you like to be?
If I see MacGowan coming in this way, can I make my way around more?
Absolutely, and you're over near Arn as a result.
I think that as you pass by, MacGowan will just take a second and say to you,
If whatever these are, turn like the one in the village. If you get close to me, I can help you cleave through them better. Your great axe, there's some sort of something going on with it, but I can help it do more damage.
I hope so. You made it.
Oh, you made his axe?
I did.
Oh, I'm tender.
Yeah, he's a hell of a blacksmith.
that's me saying that the spell elemental weapon
Is it gonna
is a
be
range
25?
of touch.
This is what you see as you enter the white marble structure. You see a simple, empty space
Okay.
in this slightly more than a story headroom. It's just an empty box. And on the floor, you see what looks like a circular plate. A circular plate that is flanked in the cardinal directions by 4 other circular plates. Each point of the central plate is overlapped by 4 slabs on top. And the slabs have images on them. One of them has, to the northern side, has the image of a flame. The one on the southern side has the image of a wave. To the east, a rocky gray sort of insignia on it. And the one to the west looks like a stylized representation of wind. It's Avatar 2. This is Avatar as well.
Oh, okay, great. Because I was,
Fire. Water.
I was
changed when the plant people attacked.
I was trying so hard not to do it, so you did it instead.
He did
so-
it.
And then heart.
Heart.
From underneath this central slab, the one that is underneath the elemental slabs, you can see up through the cracks that there is something underneath it, and that from that something, there are vines spreading in beautiful curly cues that look much better on my graph paper than I managed to do just now.
What you're saying, there's a place where the vines are coming from.
Yes.
So let me just make sure my brain is envisioning this. On the very bottom, there's vines coming out.
Yeah, there's almost like a circular trap door.
Right.
That is held down by 4 slabs.
So there's like a main slab, and then the 4 slabs have the things on them.
Yeah.
Got it.
And the main slab, the central one, is where the vines are coming out.
Up from. Can I try to inspect the rocky one since it's like an insignia? Or is it just like rock? It's like earth.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
5.
You walk over to and inspect this slab. And you can tell that even though it is immensely heavy, it is immensely solid, it can move. And you would imagine should move in order to free the central slab.
Okay. So I can tell they can move.
Yes. But they are intensely
They're very
heavy.
heavy.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I step back out so I
Outside?
can see MacGowan?
Yes.
And I'm just going to mind link to you and be like,
I need help because I am too frail. But strong, but I am not that strong. I think I need big lady.
Hey, is there something to lift or push or carry?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, she has the capacity.
I will go to Jøra.
Just immediately hit him with my axe.
I think you and Arn are now, with Hawa and Halfdan sort of poking out to the sides and keeping watch to the left and to the right, are now looking out over this vast wheat field. I love saying wheat and white. Wheat. Whiskey. And he is staring down the hill into what looks like a camp now. You can see fabric of tents, and a couple of the tents are broken. What is strange about it, and what you see him sort of noticing, is how these are sprouting from the wheat field itself. The wheat is around the structures, which would be a very strange place to strike up a camp. He is specifically looking at the more solid, less tent-like, and more actual construction-like buildings that are farther off. To us, I think they would look like... Do you know those inflatable, really strong tents that they use in like the Arctic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cargo tents? Yeah.
It's a nicer version of camping.
Yeah. He is now fully back to the singers. Like he does not perceive a threat from them at the current moment.
Cool beans.
And MacGowan walks up to you.
Hey, Najma's found something inside. Looks like there's some sort of slab or something that needs to be moved. She can't lift it herself or move it herself. If we want to investigate further, that's what we need to do.
I am concerned. I'm concerned. Ireland!
I'm concerned.
The free people of Ireland are concerned.
Master Shelby.
Oh, that was Halfdan.
No, he sounds like this.
Oh shit.
He's a storyteller. Remember the one about the fucking Norse god Wodan?
Wodan?
Tight ass dude, Wodan.
Well, Wodan is much more powerful than Halfdan. Whole Dan.
Entire Dan.
He's an entire Daniel, is the thing.
Wodan.
Wodan.
You've been hitting the
Daniel.
gym too much.
It's Wodaniel.
I am concerned for these people if we do something foolish.
Hey, same.
It does not feel
Hashtag
that way.
same. I am concerned. It's just that it feels like we're between a rock and a hard place, as it were. If we want to do anything about our illness, I mean, we can certainly see if there's any people over there who know what the hell's going on in this place, but If there's not, we might not have another choice, especially thinking about Aaron and whoever else might have been affected in the same way.
Can I go to Arn?
Absolutely.
Do you and your men have ranged weapons?
Slings, javelins.
Then I suggest you move back in case this goes wrong.
You're going in?
Aye.
We'll wait. And I think Arn gives the order to stand here with Stuart.
Stuart!
Stuart. Yeah. Look what I can do. Look at me. I'm German, I guess. And, I have a knife. Who mostly just stands in front of Halfdan and Hawa, who Halfdan begins to whirl his swing, not quite as well as Atu was earlier.
Jøra just shouts,
"Shield wall!" Hawa also, definitely not as built and sturdy as Arn, hoists a javelin, as does Arn. And they stand here in a readied posture.
And if they're where they feel comfortable, I'm not going to tell them their job.
Arn keeps looking over his shoulder towards the camp, but as he has not seen any movement or anything from it, he does not feel immediately threatened by the side.
I'm really worried about the hundreds that could come running out of the wheat in this nightmare fuel.
Do you say that to MacGowan?
So I start moving in carefully to not. I mean, I watched Najma move in.
Yeah, I think I'll go in after Jøra, trying to stay close enough that I could get that touch range spell if need be. But as we're going in this tangle of vines and such, are there like patches of earth, like of any larger size, that are not covered with vines? I know that there's the tangle all over, but I'm trying to think of if there is a way to help MacGowan, notoriously not Dexy fellow, maneuver this with his earth-shaping abilities as to not disturb the vines.
Certainly. I think there's one or two places specifically underneath fallen chunks of this marble, which, even though they've fallen off of this structure, are still brilliant white in the sunlight. White
in the wheat fields of the sunlight.
Around them, the vines are not as prevalent, so there is earth underneath those things that is not choked with plant growth.
I think that in that case, he will do his best to try to maneuver around, using those as sort of like lifting them up and giving him places to sort of be able to like jump across, rather than trying to pick through the individual vines.
In that case, I will allow you to make this check plus charisma.
Ooh.
Because you are using your spellcasting to... Whereas somebody else would be stealthing across, you are trying to form, if not bridges, then like stepping stones.
Yeah.
Yeah, please, go for it.
Sweet.
And your acrobatics or stealth, your choice.
They're singing, not chanting.
They are not doing either right now.
They were.
Stealth.
Now they're not.
Far.
Got
Yes.
it.
Natural 20, the ground rises up to meet me.
Oh my god. Yeah, it does.
It literally does.
That's kind of your whole shit.
Yeah.
19.
I think you both very deftly poke your way through. Natural 20, give me a perception check.
Ooh. See people in the corn. It's to see the children.
In the corn.
13.
You feel more than see something vast. These crowds are very densely packed around these 5x5 areas. And something just like a dolphin breaching for a second over. And then you are within.
friends, Jonah here to say thank you for listening to this episode of Bound. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about our fabulous partner Dice Envy. They just released a new limited run set, the Song of Rest, perfect for your next bard character. I want them so bad. I need them. I require them. So should you. If you're looking to add to your dice hoard, you can get 10% off of your purchase at Dice Envy by going to diceenvy.com/questco or by using promo code QuestCo at checkout. That's QUESTCO for 10% off of your entire order. If you're a fan of the Quest Company, please do us a favor and go to our page on the Apple Podcasts app or wherever you listen to your podcasts and leave us a rating and review. It's a huge help to us. We read every review that comes in, and getting more of those really does help to boost our visibility. And if you really love what we do here at the Quest Company and you'd like to take the next step in supporting us, please consider becoming a Patreon subscriber. For as little as $2 a month, you can help us with necessary expenses, help us continue to improve the quality of the show, and get access to exclusive content and patron rewards. Big shout out and thank you to our newest patron, Sophie, and thank you to Jackson for increasing your pledge. That is incredible. We are so thankful for you patrons. You really do make it possible for us to keep putting out content week after week. And if you would also like to give us that support, you could do so at patreon.com/questcompanypodcast. You can find the link to the Patreon on our website, questcompanypodcast.com. If you'd like to contact us, you could do so directly through our website or by finding us on Instagram and Twitter at The Quest Company. You can also come hang out with us in our Discord. If you need links to any of those things, go check out our website. It's all there. We know that word of mouth is the best way to get people listening to a new podcast, which is especially true for shows like ours that don't do paid ads anywhere. But if you tell your friends about us, they trust you and they'll listen to your recommendations. So please, if you enjoy the show, let other people know. We would love to see you posting about the podcast using hashtag The Quest Company. And if you have fan art of the podcast that you want to share, just make sure when you post it to tag us so that we can see it. Tagging us is really the best way to make sure that we see the stuff you post and to guide folks directly to us. Speaking of word of mouth, we would love to hear from you. We're still taking question submissions for our Q&A episode. If you have questions about Bound as we start getting close to wrapping up this arc, or Kanoko Origins since we're pausing releases on that one for a bit after our quote mid-season finale from last week, or Villagers, especially for you patrons who have now heard the interlude episode, or other General Quest Company stuff, we would love for you to submit those. You can hit us up on social media or on the Discord. We've got a specific channel just for Q&A stuff. We look forward to answering your questions and just chatting about the show. I'd like to thank Joe Leitess for running the game and editing this episode, along with the artist whose music is featured in it. Thank you to Aakash Gandhi for the song Eyes of Glory. Thanks to Dan Bodan for the song Gaia in Fog. Thanks to Graham Bole for the song Fields. Thank you to Incentive for the song Patience. Thanks to I Think I Can Help You for Gravity Variations. Thanks to Jesse Gallagher for Obelisks. Thank you to Jill Music for the song Meridian. Thanks to Kai Engel for the song Mists and Colds. And Rozkol for the song Where Have You Gone? Thank you to tabletopaudio.com for providing the ambient sound. Additional sound design by Slappy, Antiprotector, and TheMovieMacher. That's all for me, so let's get back to our crew and see what happens next. Thank you for joining us here at the Quest Company.
As soon as we are within, as we get to the structure, are Arn and the rest of that crew like looking at us?
Yeah, I think they're waiting. I think their primary concern is that this original group right here, the one to the southern part of the hill, is going to awaken in some way or cause trouble. So that is the one that they are focusing on.
I think that in that case, if they're looking in the direction that we are in, I will make sure to sort of gesture to them like eyes over that way where I saw the movement.
Arn raises a fist.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. I don't know anything, but Brooke, I feel like I have a theory. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
And you are within this space that I have described, with the central disc and the 4 slabs with these elemental insignia.
Hello.
Laszlo.
I know, sorry.
It's like a big
I
turkey
know.
strutting about the farm.
Whoops. So, I found these, but I do not know what it does. But they seem very, very heavy. You don't have to move, just it seems like the plant is going in the direction of these little round things. So maybe if you move them, they go a different way.
Aye, could be. Also, we should be wary. To the east, I saw a bit of movement as we were on our way in.
The east would be the ground, or rock or earth or something.
Wait, what do you mean the...
Look at the thing. And then I show him.
And now you see the insignias.
Did we come from the south? Like, we're the city we just...
I would say vaguely southwest.
Okay, okay.
Interesting. To the east.
What think you, big lady?
Yeah, I believe you've said this earlier, but like the origin of the plant is under the central bowl.
Coming up in
From
between
under.
the cracks of whatever this movable central bowl is, this central disc is, you can see vines. These vines are creeping out, and you have not stepped on any of the vines, the three of you.
The tower, which should not be there.
I want to drop a plant. I want to, like, kick it, but I'm scared we'll blow up or something.
Should we try to move any of these slabs to see if we can unlock it?
Oh, I do not know.
On the center of the ceiling, is there some form of like protrusion on top of this is?
Good question, Andrew. Yay!
Oh, you were better than me.
The
Crossing
villagers'
streams.
children, yay.
There is a mass of unconnected vines in the direct center above this slab, just hanging from the ceiling and spider webbing down from the center. It is a true mass, a tangle of vines.
And it's not connected to anything.
It is not directly coming up from the bottom. It's not like hanging like cords in midair.
Right.
It is congregated on the top of this
But is
this
it
marble.
growing out and down? Or is it
You can see where it
staying
connects
centralized?
on parts of the
The wall.
walls.
Gotcha. So what is coming out from under the slab is what we see on the ground outside, or what is hanging above its vines are what we see on the ground outside.
You can see them
Or yes to
all
both of those.
kind of are
Okay.
interwoven. This matrix of connecting vines and
Yeah, cool. I think I'm asking questions above yours pay grade, so that's fine. Like,
Can I
It's fine.
Can I try to reach in Shell's bag and get the insignia pin off those clothes?
yeah, I think you do, and
Okay.
you see that it as you try to pull it off, it's just a stitched silver thread
okay.
that is in the shape of this moon signia, a crescent moon.
Do you know what this is? And I hold it to both.
Do I know what this is?
You recognize it from the people outside that also have it. Jøra recognizes it from the people outside that also have it.
Yeah.
I got
But outside of that.
That would be a history check.
Not even gonna make it.
The people outside have
Damn
it.
it.
What was it?
It was 8.
You've seen it before in your storied career. And recently. Maybe the last 30 years.
That narrows it down.
Joe, this is a wild card.
Yes.
In those books, all the black notebooks, would there be anything on the outside that would indicate like plant life or
Did you give us a wiki article that we can look up for cheat codes?
Are they the black and white composition
Yeah.
books that on the inside is like
Joe,
plant
did you
shit?
give us a Game Shark?
I need you to make an investigation check at disadvantage.
Dang it. Okay.
As you look, as you open this bag.
Yeah.
And this,
2 natural 20s.
You
Here it
just
is.
see this gray light and this gray room.
Yeah.
And you attempt to get there.
That's an 11.
No, you don't add much.
There is a very strange sensation as you try to reach into this room. The closest thing that can be analogous to it is the feeling of when you go underwater and there's weightlessness. As all of a sudden you are moving normally, and then there is a sort of lugubrious nature to your movement as you reach into this bag.
Ooh, daddy, lugubrious.
I have to dictionary that word.
Daddy.
Anybody else need dictionary.com?
Yummy.
Is it
And
just me?
And I think lugubrious, slow,
Lethargic.
some might say stately or melancholy, but it
Gotcha.
is just kind of like when you're underwater.
Okay.
You might remember swimming in the sea.
Yes.
And that as you do so, I think you just pick a book at random and it knocks over a small stack of books, which slowly fall to the ground, and you pull it out
Okay.
and you open it.
What's in it?
Tell me a really fun story from your childhood, just a folk tale, or just give me like the little bullets of it.
I think
Something-
it's a story about two constellations that intertwined and got stuck.
I love that.
And they couldn't get out. And when they finally got out, they lost all their stars. So that's where shooting stars come from.
Roll an insight check.
Okay.
Ooh.
I know, wasn't that creative?
Inside its wisdom.
It's true.
Oh, that's funny. 20?
Yeah. Last time you heard this, it was just a really cool, like, interesting, like, story. Now you're pretty sure it's about sex.
That makes sense.
You're pretty sure it's like a folk tale about, like, don't get married too quick.
Okay, yeah.
You'll lose all your stars.
And then other people will get to see him.
I shut the book and
That's
I
about
put it
sending
away.
nudes.
You put it back in, and you have that strange lugubrious feeling as you place it down next to the
Lugubrious.
case that has your aunt's name on it. Ishtar.
Not the time. I'll open it later. That made me sad. That
Hey.
book.
This is how you don't open your Christmas presents ahead of time, Jonah. Take notes.
Not the time.
I'm fucking roasting all y'all. I'm glad Brooke's here, because now I
Not
can
me.
just boom, boom, boom.
Just constant
I'm the
roasting.
perfect player.
No, there's no wrong way to play D&D, and I love playing with you guys.
God, that was funny. Okay.
Is it bad that I'm trying to think of which instance you're even referring to?
You are very old, right?
Hey,
Do you remember?
I'm old as shit.
Do you remember when you play with a toy and then the toy is no longer toy but just life?
Hey,
That's what happened to me just now. So I step outside for a minute and I just step outside.
I'm just going to keep your previous, you know
Okay.
to avoid the vines, so
Yeah.
you are avoiding the vines.
I come back in that for a second. I just gotta take a minute.
Give me a perception check as you do, as you just take a minute out and breathing the air. I think Halfdan and Hawa are still like, you can tell that they are not as battle ready as Arn, who just sort of has his javelin in the ground, loose and ready to throw.
What was it? Perception?
Yes.
20. Unnatural though.
From this location, you can see that the crowd of people standing as they are and now slightly rotating as a little time has passed to watch the sun rise with their closed eyes and serene faces, that they are standing around a low structure. It looks like a tiny little wall.
Okay.
They are densely packed around this wall. Jøra and MacGowan, you are inside. What do you do? You have noticed this mass, this real thick tangle of vines at the very top of this room.
Yep. How heavy do these slabs look? Hippopotamus.
They are extremely, extremely heavy. More, I
Okay.
would say they are
We're talking tons at
they
this
are
point.
marble.
Yeah.
Like we're talking like big old slabs of marble.
Cool.
I would say it is outside of yours lift.
Yeah,
range.
yeah, yeah. I mean, okay. I can lift 600 pounds free.
I can lift that with my butt.
Well,
I could not lift this slab. I'm not Jøra though.
I also don't want to move them. Woof, Joe. Joe, you have created a very, very good something here.
Felt
Thank
like
you.
an Uncharted puzzle.
In the sense that I don't want to touch anything.
I know.
Because I don't want it to break.
Do you guys get suspicious of me?
Yeah.
Yes. There are too many people around. For me, like, well, I'll just move these off. The plant reconnects and is like, I am now God. And they all like turn in and kill us. Like that possibility is in my head. It's fine.
Well,
Sorry.
theoretically, the plants are already connected, right? Because the thing from the ceiling, like snaking down the walls and stuff, then sort of joins up.
It's
with
not
the rest
connected
of it.
in the way it wants to be connected.
I think you can imagine that if you see vines, it is all the same, like,
Organism.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm outside of yours pay grade. What are we doing here?
I think we can try to just push the slabs out of the way to see if we can get into the big one. If we can't move it outright, I think I have an idea of how we might be able to.
Are there vines all over the floor in here?
Yes.
Where do you plan for these slabs to go?
That's a good question. Truly, Jøra, I'm at a loss of what to do is if they're supposed to go somewhere. I know we can't just lift them and carry them out of the place. It might just be that if there's something down there to go see, to find if there's anything to help fix us.
Would it not be better to kill the things outside then do this?
Hey, we could. We could see if they do anything if actually disturbed. I think we've done a pretty good job so far of not disturbing. We could see what happens. Take out the threat and then deal with the puzzle. Certainly an option. It's a good thought.
Andrew is so unhappy with that thought.
It's because, as somebody that builds something, right, I, Andrew, am thinking, if we can solve problem, there's the potential that these people will not die. Jøra doesn't care about that, right? So I'm fighting Andrew instinct and Jøra instinct to say, like, just kill them and it'll be much safer, versus, like, but all these NPCs might be able to live.
You saw children outside. Does that change things?
Not really.
Gotcha.
I think, based on the crewman that she killed,
Yeah.
there is a, like, mentality of, like, you're lost.
You're gone.
Like, it's not you anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
How does that square with Arn and MacGowan, though?
they're still them right now.
Right.
The second they stop being them.
It's over. Yeah. I love that.
She doesn't said it out loud,
that's-
but, like,
that
that's
is
the mentality.
That is a refreshing
That's
mentality.
why she told him to stay strong.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want to kill him.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, I'm above her pay grade right now. It's fine. She's going to do whatever.
Barbarians have, in these stories, instincts.
I know she has intelligence and instincts. I'm totally aware of
And-
that. Andrew is out thinking the game versus, like, what's in the moment. Like, in the moment, my mentality is, as her, see if you can, like as video game as this sounds, draw the groups, group by group,
kite
kill
them.
them small,
Yeah.
then come into the center and deal with what is potentially under this.
I think you guys are thinking about this.
Way too hard.
No.
Oh, good.
Like, in real time. I would never say that. I would never say you're thinking too hard.
Quits.
Najma, what do you do?
I come back in and I'm just going to relay about the walls.
Yeah, these small, like, little structures that
Did
you can
you-
sort of see through the legs.
Yeah.
I think you hear a little whistle from outside.
Hey, look outside.
Arn is doing this with his hand in the universal. What's up?
Doing the two hands of figuring it out.
I think he nods and remains sitting there, standing
to be careful.
like a statue.
I don't have fireball.
Why?
Because I do things to enhance martial abilities. Because I'm not a real mage.
So,
Joe runs a plant, an evil plant, and we don't have fireball.
I have fire, just not a big ball of it.
have your breakdown into the mic. It's gold. I want to hear it. I sense some consternation.
We
so
have no AoE.
maybe a summary.
We are singular DPS. Joe, only give us single bosses and we will chew through them like mulch. But if you give us a board, we will die instantly.
So, you know that Act 1 of this, for many reasons, was me figuring out what the game was going to be and what was easier for you guys and what was
what would show them off?
what would be more challenging, what would have...
This is chapter 2.
This is Chapter 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
This is Bound 2. Yes, Electric Boogaloo. Here's the summary. You are in this strange structure. You do not know its purpose as of yet. There is a strange runic, it seems, puzzle on the ground that has maybe a trapdoor or chamber beneath this structure from which there appears to be a growth of some sort of vines, plants, whatever, which might have something to do with not only the plant thing that you encountered in the village, but the overall things that are going on in the swamp and the surrounding area. Let alone the massive crowds of people for which these little dots are not one-to-one, they are representations of the multitudinous crowd outside. There is a great variety of people in the crowd, including people in some sort of uniform that matches a uniform in Najma Najma's bag belonging to Chell, a witch that is now dead. Off in the distance, you can see a wheat field that seems to be engulfing structures, tents, and perhaps even small buildings. And it would appear all of these things are related somehow to the condition that now affects Arn and MacGowan. Flip, 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 flop. You stand inside of this marble structure, off of the vines that come spiraling from the center, looking up occasionally at the massive vines on the top of the ceiling that are hanging directly over these central 4 slabs. 5, I suppose, if you count the central one.
So I've had a thought.
Okay.
Looking at the slabs, I used some of my ability with the earth as we were coming in here so as not to disturb the vines. But I saw a bit of movement in the clump of plant creature people on the side correlating with this earthen rune here.
Okay.
I wonder if it's just magic of that elemental variety that could agitate potentially, or if just any amount of that element could do the same. You know, perhaps if I hit that with fire, you know, would hitting it with a magical flame be the same as just hitting it with a torch? Or splashing water on this one, or I don't know with the wind one, but
You blow on it very hard.
I don't know that I'm the best candidate for that particular position at the moment.
Do you want to hear my thought too?
Please.
Okay. So when we were in Water Village and we fought those 2 guys, or the one guy that had the vine and Big Lady crushed him to bits,
Hey.
what time was it? Outside, it was very, very dark. Yes?
It was later in the evening.
Okay, look at this, and I pull it back out, hurt the little sigil. What does that look like to you?
The moon.
Mm-hmm. And the moon comes out.
At night.
So maybe the big plant will come out at nighttime, and they are just waiting.
Well, if that's the case, if they're waiting, if they charge during the day like plants, they turn like the leaves. Perhaps it is best to do it if they are dormant in the daytime and then get whatever power there is at night.
Mm-hmm. So maybe, Big Lady, you just chop up the plant now in this big round thing. But I don't maybe think that's the best idea.
So that seems to be in line with things thus far.
And they're rotating, right? Like you said, they were kind of moving around the wall when I looked outside.
They are clumped. They're not very much...
But they weren't like scooting.
They're not like moving
Got it.
themselves. If they are moving, it's to face the sun.
Yeah, like leaves.
Yeah.
We don't have to chop up the plant.
I will neither confirm nor deny the theory, but according to your theory, there is quite a lot of daylight left. That is all I will say.
Nice.
Maybe we go with the captain and we come back later towards nighttime.
Hey, if we go see what's in the wheat and then come back?
Mm-hmm.
Hey. MacGowan thinks for a second, he just undoes the top of his flask and he just pours a little bit of water on the water rune. Just a little bit, a couple drops.
Oh, you took it there.
And I'm looking at the southern group.
You took it there.
MacGowan does this thing. What is the reaction from you two as the water drips down onto the rune with the stylized wave?
I'm looking directly out the door at that clump.
Can I try to catch it?
You may, yes.
Okay.
That'd be an acrobatics check to catch the drop of water. Man, you might be the only person I would allow to make that check.
22.
Yes. How? Just you hand
Yeah,
underneath
I think I just cup it.
and cup it.
And then I'm kind of like, oh, and I think it's like a shaky, like I don't want to spill it, but at the same time,
Yeah.
like...
There is a frozen moment where this is the case.
I'm going to look at Jøra. Do you want this to fall?
I think Jøra is extremely impassive at this point.
Okay, do you feel like you can handle a lot of things?
Well, my thought is that it's only a couple of drops in the same way that there was just the slightest movement of the earth. Just to see if it agitates at all, not to make them go aggro or anything like that.
Okay, one ripple can make a many, many wave.
Wow.
Najma's smart as shit.
Najma's fucking... That's some
wisdom, baby.
That's some
Wise
whiz.
as a motherfucker.
That's some wisdom.
So you must be ready for a wave.
Hey. And he puts his hand on his axe.
Can I touch one of my constellations to glow and then touch Jøra just to do an insight?
Whoa. That's your insight check?
Yeah. The tourist specifically.
Does it require...
Like, she has to let me. Like, I'm not going to do it if she doesn't want me to touch her.
So you're cupping the water.
Cupping the water, touching the tourist, and then
I don't think she knows what you... Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Great, I'll
she's
shoot
not
really
gonna
fast.
stop you.
Great.
Roll insight as you
Okay.
brush your constellation and then Jøra's rippling biceps. I guess it'd be more like her forearms because she towers.
Yeah.
Reach up to her forearm.
It's like a 12.
Jøra is...
Oh, wait, insight?
No, it's not.
Just kidding. 15.
Jøra is impassive. What do you want to divulge?
I think Jøra is annoyed
Okay.
by the water choice,
Okay.
but that is... I don't think you pick up like, oh, she's yes or no about it. I think it's very annoying to her.
Got it. Okay.
And as you are about to,
Oh, God.
there is a commotion from the line of people on the hill. Hold! Hold!
Oh,
Hold!
shit.
You
Oh,
see
shit.
you hear Arn's voice booming out, and you can see just over the heads of these people, you can see them holding, Halfdan almost throwing, as they watch something from the east move to the north, over, and then down. Hold. Hold, Arn says.